It was the 1905 originals, mightily led by Dave Gallagher, who were first tagged the All Blacks. These pioneers thrilled Britain, as did the Invincibles of 1924, each great side reinventing rugby in its birthplace. And ever since, great names, great men, giving their all for the black shirt, ready to put their bodies on the line, whatever it takes, all in the cause of the Silver Fern.
That's the record breaker! Spencer!
And the crowd are just going wild. Tremendous try.
And few put themselves through more than a young man from South Auckland. In 1995, a rugby novice arrived in South Africa for the World Cup. Jonah Lomu was about to turn the rugby world upside down.
Very humble, modest young man who just happened to be, one of the greatest forces that God ever put breath into.
He came from nowhere and just kind of landed on the planet.
Rugby had never seen the like. A 19-stone, 6'5" flyer who could cover 100 metres in 10.8 seconds.
When I turned up to that tournament, the only thing that was in my head was play well for New Zealand and time to measure myself against the best in the world.
He was so much bigger and faster and stronger than anyone that you'd ever played rugby against.
He's the only rugby player I've ever seen who made me laugh when he played, because he was so impossibly big and so impossibly fast, and he would make confetti out of people.
My great All Black memory would be John Lomu.
Big boy. Steamroller.
Good old Jonah Lomu.
Against England.
He just ran over them.
Mowing down the old English rows.
Like a tennis ball underneath a herd of wildebeest.
Running over people.
That English dude that he ran over, crunched right over the top of them.
Yeah, that try.
England had been warned what to expect come the semi-final, but did it make any difference?
This is the big man, Lomu. He's still on his feet. Lomu could score. That's a great try for New Zealand.
That is the only game I've ever played in where after only 20 minutes, you knew you weren't going to win.
I have an idea of the game, but during that game, it was almost like a blur.
Lomu is through.
Obviously he was a powerful runner, but you thought, well, maybe the teams aren't quite as good, maybe the defences aren't quite as good, maybe, we're a better team and therefore we can cope with that, and we were wrong.
Here's another chance for the big man. He's going to score in the corner.
It was almost like I didn't care about myself.
It was a crushing experience, not as crushing for me as Mike Catt and Tony Underwood, because I didn't get under the hooves of Mr. Lomu.
Can Lomu get past Michael Catt? The statistics say he's going to score his 4th try.
It became a mindset in terms of get the ball, score the try, or clear a rut, make a tackle, as if your life depended on it.
I never missed a tackle on John Lomu, ever. That's because I never got anywhere near him.
At that stage, Laurie could have told me to run into a brick wall and I would have.
Jonah Lomu was now a superstar, rugby's first. But he played for the game he loved. And for a time, he was unstoppable. But he was mortal. A rare and debilitating kidney disease wore down the giant, despite his huge efforts to keep playing the game.
As much as I struggled with it and I was dying through it, I had a dream. And I was willing to live it. By me going a little bit further, pushing my body beyond what it was capable at the time, it just made me that much stronger through the game. And I just knew that if I did that, on the day I could match anybody out there.
Here comes a try for the Lomu man.
When you talk about being high on something and being addicted to something, score a try for the All Blacks, representing New Zealand, ultimate high you could ever find anywhere.
But that high was becoming harder to reach. The disease was taking its toll. In 2003, one of his kidneys collapsed. A year later, he underwent a transplant. 3 years on, and Lomu's back on track. Back at his old school, still devoted to the game that made him and still adored.
It's humbling. Hopefully, these guys, take something from what I'm doing by being here and talking to a lot of them. I could see a little bit of myself in a lot of them. They have dreams that they want to live.
Jonah's own dreams may have faded, but the memories will never disappear.
What does it mean to be an All Black? Personally, as myself, it's life. That's the best way to put it. It is life.
He will always go down as one of the landmark players in the history of the game.
The ultimate goal to anybody is playing for your country. But what I found is that if you can play the game, play it. The people who play it, they play it because they love it. And that's what I have for the game. And I still have it now.